Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on a fine Friday night coming from the Carmody Center here in Gonzaga College High School. We have a matchup featuring the Archbishop Wood Vikings from Bucks County in Warminster, Pennsylvania, facing the St. Andrews Lions. Ford, how are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, as Jordan said, I mean, what beats some Friday night hoops? You can't beat it in the Carmody Center. And as you said, we have a competitive matchup between the Archbishop Wood Vikings versus the St. Andrews Episcopal Lions. Jordan, what are you looking forward to for tonight's game?
Yeah, I'm looking for just a physical. And St. Andrews just missed their bang out. But I am looking for an interesting matchup because the inside. We have a couple big centers. We have 6'10" on Archbishop Wood, and we also have Mr. Stephen Huon, another 6'10" center, and that would be Jaden Jenkins for St. Andrews.
Yeah, and Coach Joe Moscow's Vikings are coming off 2 losses recently to Omotep Charter, 58-37, and a loss to Springside Chestnut Hill, 54-53. Must have been in a thrilling game as a 1-point loss. But building off that, the Vikings are most likely going to come out here looking for a win. No one likes losing, and I'm expecting to see a lot of tenacious defense, great shooting, just an overall hustling performance from the Vikings.
Yeah, obviously Archbishop Wood from Philadelphia, but they do have experience in this classic. It is their 3rd appearance for the school. Notable alums who may have played in this classic: Colin Gillespie, Villanova guard. But as we start in the buzzer rings, it's just going to be a great matchup here in the Carmody Center.
Sure is. As each coach gets their players ready in the huddle, and we will name the starting lineup. As we get the Vikings starting lineup ready, we have number 11, Jaden Jenkins, the 6'10 junior. Number 20, Brian Donahue, the 6'4 senior. Number 0, Dylan Powell, the 6' sophomore. Number 2, Caleb Lundy, the 6'4 junior. And last but not least, number 23, the Marist commit, Brady McAdams, the 6'4 senior.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough lineup, and here comes the St. Andrews Episcopal Lions right up the street off of River Road up in Bethesda, Maryland. Could be Potomac as well. And as they start off, they have Max Rao, the 6'5 sophomore, wearing number 3. Look to see what he can do today. And the big fella, Steve Huon, the 6'10 senior. He's going to look to post up in a good matchup against Jaden Jenkins. That's probably our matchup to watch today.
Sure is.
As we get into this game. Damon Nelson, the 6'2 junior. Let's see if his shiftiness can affect this game. Guarded by likely Dylan Powell or Caleb Lundy. Finally, Devin Wingfield, 5, the 6'3 junior. Let's see what he can do, of course. And finally, to round it off, Karan Bailey, the senior, who is 6 foot flat.
We are minutes away, folks, from getting the 3rd game of this thrilling DC Classic underway. Jordan, what do you think are some key takeaways for the Vikings tonight to handle business, coming to DC from all the way from Pennsylvania and handle business.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with rebounding. They have to be able to rebound on the defensive glass. You have to limit Juan's second chance opportunities, and maybe their guards even get involved too. And for St. Andrews, I think it starts with shooting. They're going to have to make perimeter shots to hold with this Archbishop Wood team.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jordan. I also think St. Andrews are going to need to utilize Steve Juan, the 3-star, with an offer from the University of Maryland. Obviously, a big name in college basketball. Man, I cannot wait for this tip-off.
11 and 34, center court for both teams as the ref whistles. And here we go from the Carmody Center.
And it is taken by number 5, Devin Wingfield, to start.
Wingfield playing tit for tat. Nelson to Wingfield, gives it to Juan at the right wing. Looks inside, dribbles left. Nelson off his 6. Pick and roll, midi. All air there from Mr. Nelson, and that's going the other way.
It's going to be Vikings ball. I believe they're going to be, their point guard for the Vikings is going to be Caleb Lundy, the 6'4" junior, taking it up the court, looking to set something up for his offense. Lundy surveying, finds his man, McAdams, off the mark from 3.
There it is, rebounding, Jenkins and
one.
That's what I said. It's going to start with rebounding. Juan with the weak box out, and Jenkins taking advantage. But something I'm seeing early is these off-ball screen actions by both teams. They're basically playing a lot off the ball, a lot of running, very stagnant, or opposite of stagnant, very fluid offenses here as Jenkins looks to finish it off. And he does so.
1 for 1 from the stripe as the Vikings take a 3-0 lead. As number 1, Nelson takes up the court.
Coach Jones calling circle here. Looks to see perimeter play.
Nelson finds his man, Karen Bailey. 3 ball, doesn't go for Devin Wingfield.
Rolls out, Powell brings it left, guarded by Nelson tightly there. McAdams. Guarded by Wingfield. Nothing there, strong defense. Jenkins at the top.
The Lions not letting up.
Pulls up, no.
Does not go for Lundy.
Juan with the strong box out. Bailey at the wing. Juan here, one-on-one. Shake and bake.
6'10" on 6'10". A battle of the bigs. Gives it to his man. And an air ball.
All oxygen there. Lundy dribbles middle. Jenkins sets one right. Pick and roll game. He was there. Throws the
Lundy
lob
sees his
upstairs.
6'10".
And it wasn't there.
Nelson is going to be taking it up the court. Damon trying to set something up for his offense. Strong defense from Lundy.
Wingfield to his left. Back to Rao. Rao swings it. Nelson shot fake. Not there. Strong defense again.
That is going to be a foul on
the
McAdams. His first.
Bailey drove him to him strong and just got a little handsy. As it's still a 3-0 ball game, 2 minutes in. That's the second foul, first on Archbishop Wood, running 2.
And it's going to be Devin Wingfield for the inbound. Passes it to his man, Karan Bailey. Karan driving, gets to the cup.
Off the mark. Strong rebound there by Jenkins. Lundy, left wing, guarded by Rao. Nice move to the cup.
Lundy finds his man.
3 ball, in and out.
And another board from the 6'10" senior, Steve Juan.
Nelson, hard drive with the right.
Gets to the cup. Great drive there. And it's a 2-3 ball game here in the Carmody Center as the Vikings look to add to their lead.
And that's just too easy by Archbishop Wood. You can't just allow a dribble drive. You have to be able to guard your man at this level.
That's number 20, Striznik.
String music from Striznik, and that's jazz like you hear on the saxophone.
And the Vikings take a 6-2 lead here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Wingfield over to Bailey. Bailey to his right. Cross pass, Rao, shot fake. One more, Wingfield to his left. Floater is short.
Off the mark. McNabb on the front foot. Slows it down, finds his man.
Wingfield with the tip and steal. Great hustle there, getting back on defense. Bailey up, Crow's middle. Juan was there for a little. Shot is up. Back rim.
Off the mark for number 3, Max Rao.
Those are ones you're going to have to make if you want to contend. It's a quick 6-2 lead, and it might get out of hand when you have open looks.
I think from just based off what I'm seeing in the first 4 minutes, I think Damon Nelson is going to be the key factor for the St. Andrews offense. He seems to be controlling the tempo, feeding to his big man, Steve Juan.
Yeah, Juan, nothing there. And there goes Lundy to his right. Can't handle it.
Stolen away by Juan.
There he goes. Gives it to Nelson. Rao runs
Great
the floor.
look.
He's
Rao
out. Finishes.
Finishes. It's going to be 4-6. Vikings up by 2.
That's how you get buckets. Coaches love when players run the floor. It's easy things. But that's just a hustle bucket there by Rao. Shot fake off the glass.
Dylan Powell surveying, finds his man McNabb. McNabb back to Powell. Surveying, Powell looking to get to the cup. Tenacious defense by the Lions here.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Back door.
Finds his man.
Raise that roof.
Caleb Lundy, take flight, young man.
Sure will. That's like an American Airlines flight out of Washington Reagan Airport. Got up quickly.
Here's Bailey, finds his man Nelson. I think that's going to be a huge factor for tonight's game. That duo, number 2 and 1 for the Lions, seems to be controlling the tempo, trying to get it to their big man, Steve Juan.
Nelson, nice move.
Denied.
Rejected by Jenkins. 3-on-1. McAdams and the foul.
And is fouled.
By Rao.
McNabb's going to be shooting 2 from the stripe.
The charity stripe. An 8-4 ball game. 3:16 left.
And number 15 for the Lions is going to be checking into the game. That is Jason Cornegay.
Can't hit his first. Again, when you think about basketball, you think about the free throws. That's what every parent says. I'm sure your dad has said that to you. You got to make your free throws. You got to make.
And number 14, Malachi Warren checks in for the Vikings.
Let's see who has more depth. I mean, players are going to get tired at the long tournament. You're not going to play all 5 starters.
McNabb, 0 for 2 from the stripe.
Rebound.
Lundy calling for the ball.
McAdams dribbles left. Lundy there on the wing. Gives it left.
Jenkins has got to get down low.
Pump fake. Almost looked like he walked there. No back door.
It's going to be 3 seconds. Great defense from the Lions. Coach doesn't seem to be too happy. Not sure why. That was a great defensive hold.
Yeah, Coach Jones wants to see rebounds, though. That's off that free throw. He didn't like how Cornegay didn't hit a body there. That's what coaches hate, when you just don't throw your body on the line.
Finds his man, number 5, Devin Wingfield. Wingfield swings it to Juan.
Looked to be a double screen, trying to get Nelson open there. Using the off ball still. Pick and roll. Can't get anything. McAdams
McNabb.
steals. He'll go all the way for the punch.
Slam.
Rock that rim, says McAdams.
Has a little thing to say on the way down to number 1, Nelson. And it's a 10-4 ball game here in the Carmody Center. The Vikings up 6 with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. As the Vikings.
Never mind. Mr. Ref thought that the coach for St. Andrews called a timeout. That would be Coach Jones.
Joe Moscow, I believe.
But that would not be it. And we have 21 seconds on the shot clock here. 2:23 left in the first quarter.
It's going to be
a
St.
baseline
Andrews in ball.
Looking to get Juan.
Bailey surveying. Trying to find his man. Good defense by McDaniels. Or McAdams.
Looks to be a bad. Oh, nice one more.
Great look.
What I was going to say, I don't think St. Andrews ran the right play. Someone was in the wrong position. Coach Jones is very activated here. 10-4 ball game, though. They need to start getting points. Coaches always say 10 points or less in a quarter. You either played too good defense if you were on defense, but too little offense. So
I like to see Coach Moscow for the Vikings telling his point guard Lundy to slow it down before the inbound. I think when players are too flustered, nothing really comes up well, and if you calm down, shots will start falling.
nice move off the window with the right.
Malachi Warren with the nice layup.
That is a nice bucket. Wingfield in the corner. Gives it to Juan.
Juan denied by Jenkins. 6'10" on 6'10".
Not sure that was the shot that the Lions were looking for. You're 6'10", shooting a off the dribble 3. McAdams left wing. Corner guy on him. Lundy at the wing. Shoots up. Back rim.
Off the mark, and it is great rebound by Jason Cornegay for the Lions. On the front foot, but just loses it. And I am sure Coach Kevin Jones is not going to be happy with that. Like you mentioned, Jordan, it doesn't make coaches madder than missing an opportunity on a fast break.
Yeah, Matt Szczesnik checks in for Juan. It's just weak turnovers here for the Lions early, and it's evident in the score. It's a 12-4 ball game quickly. As the press is on, looks to be some sort of 2-2-1. Szczesnik Dak. Look to see the one more there.
Warren finds his man Powell off the mark.
Strong misses there.
Wingfield on the front foot here. Finds his man Nelson.
Wingfield, 3-ball. Trevian! A
Nylon.
much needed bucket. A much needed bucket. You
Huge.
can sense it. The press is on again.
30 seconds to go here in this first quarter. The Vikings on the front foot. Number 14, Warren off the mark.
Rebound goes to Bailey. Bailey, hard push, gets to the middle. Brings it back out. 17, shot clock is off. A 12-7 ball game. The Lions down 5. Flat. It looks to be they're trying to get an isolation ball here for Mr. Bailey. He goes right. Shot fake.
Bailey.
Step back. Rolls
Off
out.
the mark.
Rebound.
Rebounded.
Corday. And it goes up, and that's a foul on the floor, I believe. I'm not sure they'll have enough time as there's 3/10 of a second, but you never know.
You sure don't, especially here in the Carmody Center. Anything can happen.
A couple subs check in for the Vikings. It's going to be some sort of quick lob, quick pass. We'll see. They don't have the size in there for lob with Juan.
It's going to be Bailey on the inbound. Yep. Finds his man Cornegay, but it is not enough time. 0.3, just not enough time. Coach Jones not very happy with that play, but I mean, the Lions here only down by 5. I think Coach Jones is going to have a lot to say in this huddle. And as for the Vikings and Coach Moscow, I think he's going to be relatively happy, but
yeah, first half takeaways for me, it's you got to limit the sloppy turnovers if you're the Lions and the Vikings, and you have to get rebounds quickly. The boxing out game, it's basic basketball, it's fundamental basketball, but it matters a lot. And you just got to see a body, hit a body, and that ball will come to you. And obviously shooting free throws is going to be ultra important down the stretch. But a pretty clean game. Only 3 fouls total in this first quarter.
It has been, and I'd like to see the St. Andrew Lions utilize their big man, Steve Juan. I don't really like to seeing him at the arc. I think they got to utilize his size against Jenkins. I think that's going to be one of the key matchups for tonight. Just big body on big body.
Yeah, it definitely is. And coaches just do not like when you go away from your game. I don't know if that's Juan's game. I'm going to predict it isn't. And he's obviously an interior player with a lot of size. And I'm sure they'd love to see rather Nelson or Bailey take that pull-up jumper or Wingfield early.
And Juan actually has a brother that plays for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas who played in the, I believe, first game of the DC Classic today around 3:30 p.m. But obviously both brothers very talented. Like I mentioned, Steve Juan has an offer from UMD. Very talented young man.
Here we go. Second quarter action from the Carmody Center. Off-ball screen again. Lundy, guarded by Bailey. Gives it to McAdams. McAdams in the post. Strong. Pump fake. Over Omen. Can't get it.
Great
Strong.
Rebound by Wingfield there.
That's great defense, too.
Wingfield at
calling Halo
half
from
court.
the bench. Halo.
Great grab by Nelson.
tipped by McAdams. Bailey drives. Nelson from the
Green
parking lot.
Giant. Yum.
Bang, bang, and that's a 12-10 ball game. And energy from the Lions bench.
Lundy driving. Finds his man, McAdams. Number 20, off the mark.
That'd be Mr.
Brian
Donahue. Donahue can't pull, but it's a good shot. As a coach, if you're wide open, you don't mind the shot. You just wish it went in. But there's a difference between an open shot when they want you to shoot it and a bad contested shot. That's one that you shoot 100% of the time.
Bailey taking it up the court. The Lions trying to set something up as Coach Jones calling the play. Finds their man.
Oh, and that's a foul on the floor, but great position.
That's
there.
what you want to see.
Great position there.
I think Coach Jones is going to want to see their team utilizing Juan's 6'10" size, especially with Jenkins on the court. But speak of that, Jenkins checks in for the Vikings.
They're going back to 2. Some sort of off-ball screens. Open up, maybe off the pick. Yeah, there it is.
Little
When
pump
you set
fake
it, when
there.
you set a screen, you want to roll and open up, see the ball.
Juan. That
Snatched
is what you want to see.
But it was a foul. That's what Coach Jones wants to see. Strong defense, but when you take it to the cup aggressively, you're going to get that call.
I'm excited to see Juan's free throw shooting here. It's a common theme for a big man to not be the best shooters.
Any NBA
Shaquille
players
O'Neal.
coming out, there you go. Juan is nylon, man.
He is not Shaquille O'Neal.
He isn't. He's Steve Juan. Wearing 34 today.
Juan shooting his second.
Bing
Gets
bong.
it to go. 2 for 2 from the line.
Another press. Looks to be a 2-2-1.
We have a tied ball
The
game
Lions
here.
get too
in the
deep. They
Carmody
should be
Center.
able to skip it quickly. Their guards don't look up, though. It's always going to be open, the deep ball. Another press, though.
Powell.
Lundy, top of the key. A lot of talk from this Lions bench.
Back to Powell.
Strong rolls and nothing there.
Jenkins
Ball
dives on the floor.
Many of heads
It's going to be a jump ball.
And that ref has reffed many of my games in this same court. He's been a ref in the WCAC and in this area for many years.
We have a 12-12 ball game here,
We
folks.
sure do. It's a low-scoring game for you fans at home, but for you fans who love defense, D is defense for you.
Sure is. Bailey surveying at the top of the key. Finds his man.
Wingfield. Back to
Wingfield.
Bailey. Wingfield goes right. Looks at blocked by
Denied.
James. Rebound. That's what you want to see from the Lions the Vikings defense there. When someone rolls back to the cup, you need help defense there, and James was right there for that block.
That's
You need a slide. It's called help the helper.
As Max Rao checks into the game for the St. Andrew Episcopal Lions.
Yeah, when somebody gets beat, you got to leave your man and help the ball. It's the most important and dangerous play on the floor.
Wingfield inbounds it to, and Coach Kevin Jones is not happy at all.
Yeah, he's like a storm ready to rumble, and that's just, it's sloppy from the Lions, to be honest. Just off a baseline out of bounds. You can't afford that against the Vikings team.
Lundy finds a screen at the top of the key. String music.
That sounds like a Louis Armstrong trumpet right there.
Sure does.
As that's a 15-12 ball game. Bailey back, calling Hoya. Rao back to Bailey, nothing there. Rao swings it. Nelson, shot fake. Rolls into the paint, gives it to Juan. Juan, one-on-one.
Big man on big man. And Coach Jones is livid.
Coach Jones is like when you put Mentos in Coke, that thing's about to explode. He is fired up, and I believe he should be for right reason. That was a foul. It was a late call by the refs, but it was the right one.
Sure is. It's going to be the big man, Steve Juan, at the line, shooting 2.
Foul's already up in this game, 4-0. The
Gets the first to go.
Archbishop Wood Vikings have 4, and that's one away from shooting free throws. Not something you like to see. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this quarter.
Steve Juan at the stripe, shooting his second.
Juan, back rim. That's pulled in by Donahue. Donahue to Powell. Powell, guarded by Nelson. Crossover.
Powell.
That's just too easy.
Skip through that lane, that lane.
Amen. 'Tis the season. Powell with some presence for that hoop. Bailey, guarded by McAdams, staring at his chest. Nelson.
Finds his man Nelson at the top of the key. Back to Rao. What's the call there?
He pushed off. Aggressive push off, and that's going to get the call every time. That will get the Vikings bench fired up. It's gritty plays like that that gets you some motivation. And they might need a spark too. I feel like the Lions have had the energy in the last 5 or so minutes.
And the Lions are showing slight press here as they drop back. Lundy finds his man.
Back to Lundy, and that's a foul. But when you're getting this 2-2-1 press, these guards need to be able to look up because it's going to be usually a 2-on-1 back down to your cup, and it's going to be there. You got to be quick if you're the Lions in that 2-2-1 getting back on defense. Got to be athletic. Calling double here.
Powell here again for the inbound. Finds his man, McAdams, off the mark from 3.
That's Nelson, left wing. Drives to Wingfield. Wingfield back to Nelson. Nelson shot fake. Nelson back rim. McAdams going quickly. Middle of the floor. Nothing there. And
McAdams just sloppy play.
Can't get the handle. It's ping pong out here.
Reminds me a little bit of CYO basketball out here. Just
it does.
The fellas going at it with no structure, no poise, just throwing the ball away every second.
Yeah, but when you're getting those lucky draws like the Vikings, it's game-changing plays, no matter if it's lucky or gritty. Every little play matters. As Powell gives it up.
That's going to be Warren with the ball. Warren back to Powell, finds Donahue. Donahue finds Warren. Back to Donahue. Donahue driving, kicks it to his man Powell. Powell to Lundy. Lundy surveying from 3. Off the mark.
That's great defense. You got to look up there if you're Juan, but that's great defense for Lions. That's a possession they'll watch in film tomorrow or whenever they get back and just love. Undersized mismatch in the paint. I'm not sure why they're not feeding Juan. Rao back to Wingfield. Juan's at the perimeter there.
I'd like to see Coach Jones utilizing Juan here, especially since Jenkins is not on the court.
Yeah, and that's a tough take by Nelson. 2-on-1. Lundy. McAdams passes it out. Donahue, one more.
Powell for 3. Nylon there from Mr. Dylan Powell.
What's that thing that you pay for items with that's green and paper?
I think that's going to be cash money.
Yeah, that was cash money right there. 2013 ball game. But what do you want to see out here for the rest of the half?
I think the Lions need to, like we've been mentioning, to utilize Juan, especially when Jenkins, the 6'10 senior for the Vikings, is off the court. I think Coach Jones, what he's saying here is calm down. I think there's been a lot of sloppy play from the Lions. Just settle the pace, find your shots. I don't love seeing Juan at the top of the key shooting threes. Just slow the pace down, set up your plays, and get some good buckets.
Yeah, and I think the press is going to become important here. If you can break a press, that's awesome. You can get easy buckets off breaking presses. But when you play a press well and it's tough, that's what makes games different. How you can break the press determines a lot of basketball games. And obviously with this press early by the Lions, we'll see how the Vikings continue to handle it. And here we go. The Vikings with a fake press. Looked to be a full court, but Lundy will drop.
It's a 20-13 ball game. Vikings lead with 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go as Nelson finds his man, Bailey.
Bailey, right wing, looks to Juan down low. 1-on-1 with 3 there. And the right. There you go, Ford. That's what you were talking about.
There we go, especially as Jenkins is still on the bench. I think they need to keep utilizing Juan down low.
Donahue, corner!
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Nothing but a green bar above Mr. Donahue's head right there. Irish, spring green.
Nelson to Bailey, tipped. And that's on the line. That will go the other way. 23-15 ball game here. Mr. Jones calls a timeout.
Calls a timeout. As
this bench is not happy with Max Rao's game. I believe a weak closeout there.
Damon Nelson looks a little bit lost. The 6'2" junior went over to his coach, asking a question, maybe confused on the defense they're playing, maybe the offense that they're trying to run. Just a little bit of confusion on the Lions side.
Yeah, coaches are defensive first, at least the ones I play for the Gonzaga program. They are defense first, and when you're not playing on the defensive side, well, guess what? They got 20 spots of seats on the bench for you that they will throw you on, and they'll throw another guy right in. So defense first, and I'm sure that's what Coach Jones just said in that huddle, because when you're calling a timeout after a big three and a weak turnover like that, it's not pleasant.
Yeah, and a quick shout out to gonzaga.org/watchlive, the fantastic work that website provides, all the streaming games, football games, basketball games, all sorts.
That's how you're able to watch every game if you want to for this DC Classic. A lot of great games on tap. Rest of the night tonight and tomorrow down the stretch of the season.
Juan, commanding defense
coast to
on
coast.
the gas pedal,
Wow.
loses it.
He
Powell,
sure does.
Powell driving. McAdams.
One more, Lundy gets the call. I was looking to see a big poster, but he played one more. He played some generous basketball.
Me personally,
Both shots, as they say.
and if I'm McAdams there, I'm getting to the cup no matter what.
You're trying to take off like a helicopter?
I sure am. Lundy at the line. Makes his first.
They'll make it a 24-15 ball game. And we like to shout out everybody on this sports broadcasting team, headed by Mr. Horan and Mr. Buckley here at Gonzaga, and everyone working behind the scenes. Couldn't do it without you guys.
We sure couldn't. They are what make this dream possible, especially, I think maybe forgot to mention, the one, the only, Miss Penny.
Sure did.
An absolute legend in the Gonzaga community.
Yeah, they've done it. Our job is easy. They do all the hard work, so shout out to them. As Bailey, right wing, guarded by McAdams, goes to his right. Wingfield there, to his left. Doubled.
Finds his man.
Shots up, Cornegay, long. All 0-2 from Cornegay. McAdams slows up.
The Marist commit finds his man, Powell. Powell from three.
Toilet bowls, but rolls out.
Reminds me a little bit of me with my putter.
Sure does. Bailey, other side. That's my putter. Right in the cup like a bing bong. As the Lions bench becomes active. That's one they needed. McAdams, top. Looks to get switched. Back door almost.
A minute and 30 seconds to go here in this first quarter as Powell gets to the cup and one. You have yourself a night, Mr. Dylan Powell.
That got the Vikings bench on their feet there. And when you get an and one, you yell, and one! Even if it wasn't a tough finish, you always yell it, and he'll go to the line. 27-18 ball game. The Lions need to make it a little closer after this free throw. He does. 10-point ball game.
1 minute and 14 seconds to go. The Lions trying to get a quick last half bucket here. Plenty of time as Bailey's driving, goes to the cup and just loses it. Stolen by Powell. Powell gives it to his man.
Left.
High and strong.
Wingfield to Juan. Juan working in the post. Leans in with the left. Rolls out. Rebound. Goes out. That's Powell. Down the middle, over to Strong. Back to Powell.
Coach Moscow telling his players to set something up.
That's
Bailey
Lundy.
finds his man, Donahue. Nothing but nylon there from the Vikings as they take a 33-18 lead with 25 seconds to go.
His favorite color is green. Trees. Green trees, bang. 33-18 ball game. And the Lions will get one more possession here. Nelson.
Shot clock has been disabled. Bailey,
Nelson.
Nelson from Shady Grove. Off the
Rebounded,
mark.
though, by Juan. Juan!
What a way to end the half. for the Lions as we have a 33-20 lead.
Coach Moscow, can we have
by
you
the
for
Vikings.
a couple moments? Thank you. Coach, 20 points for St. Andrews here. How do you like your team's defense so far?
I think we're playing real good defense, following the scouting report. We're in the gaps. You know, even with Jaden getting 3 fouls, we didn't want the big kid to hurt us, but we're getting in them. We're playing a lot more physical today than we had in the past 2 games.
And, Coach, what's one thing you want to see from your team in this second half to get the job
I like
done?
to capitalize more on our breaks. I think we're leaving points on the board. We had a few breaks in front of you guys, and we're turning the ball over. Brady's pulling it out instead of attacking the rim. You know, he's indecisive right now. We want him to just go attack.
How do you plan on guarding their big with your big having 3 fouls in the second half?
We're going to go in and out with different guys. We're going to front them, try to front them, and hopefully we have backside help and they don't shoot the ball well. If we could keep, close out on them and just keep being physical with them.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you for your time.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Joe Moscow. As obviously Jaden James, one of their premier players on this squad, in foul trouble early. That's why he was in the bench. But he's going to want to see an inside out. They're going to look to double team Juan early, as you probably saw. But great stuff there from Coach Moscow. And back to his point about opportunities, that's on the press.
Sure is. Obviously, he notices his team is playing pretty sloppy here, especially in this first half. I think he wants to minimize those mistakes and capitalize on the fast breaks with his star, the Marist commit, Brady McAdams.
Yeah, definitely. But 13 points is obviously a good lead, but you never know. It's called the Classic for a reason. Classics happen here all the time in this special gymnasium.
They sure do. Jordan, quick question for you. What are you looking forward to see in this second half of the third game of this magical DC Classic?
I'm looking to see some charges. As a player myself who took charges, I'm looking to see some gritty basketball, dives on the floor, gritty charges, things that make players great. And forward, since we're in the holiday season, what's your favorite part of this Christmas season?
Oh man, Jordan, you can't beat waking up on Christmas morning and seeing the jolly old man has taken a bite out of the cookies.
Oh.
Nothing is better than that feeling. But you can't beat the movies, you can't beat the Christmas carols. Just the Christmas season, fantastic. And folks, we will catch you for some second half action here at the Classic. I'm Ford Deeren.
And I'm Jordan Strike. Stay tuned. Don't leave your seats. in the house that Carmody built here on 19th High Street, as they have another half of action here. Ford, what are you looking to see in the second half?
Yep, we have a 33-20 Vikings lead against the St. Andrew Episcopal Lions. I think Coach Moscow couldn't have said it better. I want to see the Vikings capitalize on their fast breaks to add to their lead. And on the opposing side, I just want to see less sloppy play from the Lions. I think they've had a lot of opportunities to capitalize, whether that be on turnovers, on fast breaks, things like that. I think they just need to calm down, and I think they're playing a little flustered right now. But as they settle into the second half, I want to see a lot more cool, calm, and collective play.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants his team to play like those are the Holy Redeemer Cardinals up in Kensington. They know how to get out on the press. They know how to play good defense. So Moscow looks to probably base his play off them. And for the Lions, obviously their shots are going in, but they're going to need to make a couple big-time threes and obviously get more stops in this second half.
They sure do. I can't love that, what you said more. The Holy Redeemer Cardinals and Coach Chris Grant, Turpnut, as the Kensington natives like to call him, just a Kensington legend, just a legend to the basketball community in general. I think his coaching suit is going to be hung up in the rafters in the Herb Young Auditorium. But, yeah, like you said, I think both teams are playing a little sloppy, at least in the first half. I want to see a little more clean basketball, a little more open shot shooting. I think some teams are forcing shots.
Yeah, I'd like to see James Huang for St. Andrews Lions, number 30, get into the game. In layup lines, he's been showing some great action here, and maybe you never know. It's not in the Classic. It's not always the starters who make the big action.
Yeah, man, that would bring a tear to my eye if we saw Mr. Rexbeck's James Huang check into the game.
And shout out to William Carocchio, the manager. He's been all over the place tonight, helping out the fellas in the broadcast booth and on the court.
And a huge shout out again to some of our sponsors of the DC Classic, Mama Lucia, Delicious Pizza, The Barking Dog.
The best.
Thank you to our sponsors, and thank you to a huge shout out to Josiah Norris, the technical director for tonight's game. A lot of work goes down in the broadcasting room in the wonderful Dooley Hall, and all that work behind the scene, Coleman Hall, excuse me. Gabriel Hall, as people like to say. A lot of behind-the-scenes work that makes our dream possible, Jordan.
Yeah, it does. But as we get into the second half, you want to fly like the St. Bernadette's Bees if you're the Vikings over here. I heard they got a powerhouse over in Silver Spring, but it's going to be a great battle. Shots going to have to fall. You're going to look for Nelson. You're going to look for Bailey and Wingfield. Those are your guards who are going to make things happen.
Hey, and you can't forget about Max Rao, the sophomore guard, standing at 6'5". I think he's going to play a factor in the second half.
And here we go from the Carmody Center. Lundy, left wing, double screen to his right. James back in with 3 fouls. Can't afford a fourth.
Finds his man Donahue.
And that is all air, what we breathe, from Donahue in the corner. Wingfield, left wing. Nelson, gonna look into get on offense here. He calls a play. Juan stands.
Nelson
off-ball screen. Rao.
Surveying. Great defense there by Powell.
To his left. Nelson with his left. Ooh! Whoa, 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 whoa! That is what we call a bench press finish right there.
I like to call it a jelly where I'm from.
That's a jelly bean, bean. Lundy.
Bing, bang.
Back out. Pulls left.
Lundy.
Wow. No one on him.
Let's go.
But that's off the rim. Coach Jones wants him out quickly.
I'm sure Coach Moscow wants to see that shot fall from his guard, Caleb Lundy. Powell finds the big man down low. This is the matchup we want to see.
And that's just a layup. And if you're the Lions right now, you want to attack Jaden James. When a big player and important player is in foul trouble, you want to get him into the paint, penetrate, drive, get him up in the air and try and get a fourth foul. That's what they're going to look to see, and that's a good bucket there by Wingfield.
Like you mentioned,
Wingfield
Jordan.
with the steal.
Wow. Lundy.
Other way.
Excuse me.
With
That
the
is
right, but he misses. Rebound Wingfield. Nelson Foda.
Fantastic effort by Steve Juan there, diving on the floor.
And the fellas are roaring on the sideline. That fired me up for
Powell on Nelson. Nelson on Powell.
Lundy, back to his left. Looks for a cut, gives it back to Powell. Guarded closely by Nelson.
McAdams been a little bit quiet tonight. McAdams flustered, and the Lions bench is roaring.
I'm just going to say it as it is. The gritty team wins games in the Classic. Right now, in this first, as we have 6:07 left in the third quarter, that's called grit. And that's why you play the sport, diving on the floor. The bench is active. That's something you love to see from this Lions squad. I'm sure Coach Jones had a fired-up speech like the Miracle on Ice. If you know, you know.
Nothing fires me up more than seeing the big man, 6'10 senior, number 34, Steve Juan, diving on the floor and giving 110%, as the great Alan Volk likes to say. Diving on the floor and getting that ball to get a quick transition for the Lions. Nothing fires me up more.
Yeah, that's like me at Bethany Beach after a quick meal at Five Guys, diving in the waves. But that's him on the hardwood right there.
Sure is. As we have 6 minutes to go in this third quarter, as number 3, Max Rao, inbounds it to his guard, Devin Wingfield.
Wingfield, top of the key, swings it. Bailey, Rao, pushed off. Back to Wingfield, rolls left, helped by James. One more, one-on-one. That's the matchup they want, but that's a travel.
Wow.
Good
Jenkins.
defense there by Jenkins.
Jenkins
Hands straight up.
sure does. Jenkins wins that battle. They've been going back and forth all night, but Jenkins, like you've mentioned, Jordan, is in foul trouble. I think Coach Jones is going to want to attack him.
They definitely are. Looks to be a full court press here, a 1-3-1 of sorts, full court, but they'll break that easily. Donahue to Powell.
Donahue in the corner.
Again. That one misses. Donahue's had a lot of open looks tonight and can't seem to cash in. He's had one, but he'll look to make a couple more. This lead would have been a little bigger. Juan looking to get movement down the post.
Donahue on Nelson. McAdams on Bailey. Bailey off the mark.
Nice spin by Powell. Powell, Rao with the tip. Powell again. Lundy from the corner.
Praise the Lord, young man, Caleb Lundy.
That's like chips and salsa at the Mexican restaurant. It's free and it's automatic.
Cash money from Caleb Lundy there to make it 36-26 with 5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Lundy reminds me of Seth Lundy, former Penn State basketball player. Not sure if there's any relation there. If there is, let me know. But he has a very similar game.
Reminds me a little bit of Anthony Cowan from the Terrapins,
Definitely.
as
That's a
Wingfield
right there.
with a cool, calm, and collective jumper.
Lundy, 2-on-2. Oh, rolls right. Bumped into him.
Coach Joe Moscow is not happy with the play the Vikings are having right now. You hate to see a miscommunication at the top of the key.
Yeah, that's definitely. McAdams was kind of in his way there, but they'll have a slob sideline out of bounds, as we call it.
It's going to be McAdams inbounding it.
I'm sure they're going to get into James. They will, and that's clean, not a backcourt, off of the sideline.
Powell to Warren. Warren trying to get to the cap, finds his man Jenkins. Raise the roof. Mr. Jenkins.
We might need some architects in here to make a higher roof after that one.
We might need to. As Bailey surveying, trying to set something up for the Lions as they want. Are they starting to make a comeback here in the Carmody Center?
Juan guarded there by James. That's a foul. That's his
Wow.
fourth. And he's likely going to come out of the game here.
Coach Moscow has to sub him out,
He
right?
was trying to see the travel there. I'm not sure if it was, but Juan, that's what I said earlier. Attack the man with 3 and now 4 fouls.
Juan
Coach Moscow not happy with it. But
at the stripe, shooting 2. Brick City there from Juan.
And he'll have one more from the line. 38-28 ball game with 3:57 left. Stripe shots matter. It's called the charity stripe for a reason, folks. And he can't hit.
0 for 2 from the stripe.
If that was on anybody else, it would likely be a beneficial foul.
McAdams, Powell
Easy.
gets across half court.
Easy.
Warren,
decides to bring it out. McAdams!
great feed there by Warren.
That's just too easy.
X-ray vision from the young man.
Nelson to Wingfield. Wingfield to his left. Pulls it out. Bailey guarded by McAdams. Back to Nelson at the logo. Wingfield to his left. Hits the paint. Gives it to Bailey. Bailey pull up. Back rim.
Off the mark.
And that's something they've done twice. Lundy's second as he throws it off somebody again. That might be the greatest play I've ever seen in my life.
Sure might be, Jordan. As Powell inbounds it to Lundy.
See? That's what I said. When you have that press, the deep ball is going to be open.
Hello, young man. Brian Donahue, a little reverse layup there. Have yourself a night.
Rao for 3. All carbon. Lundy just shake and bake like the Tostitos in the oven.
I think when I hear shake and bake, I go right to Talladega Nights. Shake and bake from Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Talladega. Also a great song by Eric Church, but we're here at basketball.
As Powell at the top of the key. Shot clock's down to 6.
Hey!
It's going to be a foul on Bailey.
That's a nice dunk there, though. As there was a foul on the floor. 42-28 ball game. As we're here in the Carmody Center. Make some noise if you're watching this stream. Love the fellas to get bumping.
Gatorade.
Thank you.
Nothing better than sipping on a cool blue Gatorade.
Lundy in the corner. Looks like to be a horn setup here by the Vikings. They're in horns.
9 seconds on the shot clock.
To his right. Wow. Interested with the no call.
Wingfield
But
stepping on the gas.
We call Wolf or fire when someone's behind. Rao. That's like a runway, one-way ticket when you're going to Mexico. Nobody there to stop him.
Yeah, Rao, just nothing but a highway to heaven there,
Yeah.
as the great announcers like to say.
Remind me of what we called a sky base back in the day. Nobody to stop him. But we're here, 42-30 ball game. St. Andrews won't go away. They've had their lead cut. They've made it closer. They've made it farther, but they're still fighting. Obviously, what would you want to see from Andrews, St. Andrews that would be, to close this lead?
Once again, I think I need to see St. Andrews minimize those mistakes. I think, once again, they've been playing a great second half so far. Like we mentioned, the Steve Juan, the effort is there for the Lions, but I think I want to see a little more fast break ball and play. But I think that we have a ball game here, folks.
Yeah, we do. You don't want to leave your seats. Eat that popcorn, cook it up, throw some butter in the straw. If you know, you know. But this is going to be a battle. Cook up the steaks, too. I'm sure some of you have thrown out a little barbecue for these games. It means more here in the DC Classic. But the Lions coming out of their huddle with some confidence. And Jaden Jenkins still on the cold seats for the Vikings with 4 fouls.
For a second there, I thought I saw James Huang checking in for St. Andrews, Mr. Rex Bex, but my eyes deceived me.
I would have gotten out of my seat and gave that man a hug. But we are back. Donnie to Powell.
Powell.
Interested in
Half
seeing
court.
Powell. I didn't really see him in the start of the game, but now he's taking command of this offense. Strong to his right. Lundy, been the kind of MVP of this team. 1v4.
Whoa.
Hard
Big
fall.
collision. The Caleb Lundy falls hard.
He sure did. And that would be a blob. Baseline out of bounds. Look for off-ball screens here to get somebody open, likely cutting down. But looking for a lob as the Lions bench.
Let's see what Coach Moscow's got in his bag for the inbound.
Let's see if he has a little Bill Self in him. If you know some college basketball, some say one of the greatest with the
Warren to Lundy. Stir the pot, young man. Caleb Lundy with a tray ball.
That feeling when you come home and the crock pot's on, that's what it felt like when Lundy made that shot.
And the Vikings take a 45-30 lead here in this third quarter.
Juan, they need him. That's a flop. Wow. I thought he flopped there, but they'll give it to him. Interesting with the charge. But that's gritty. I mean, I love that. That's the type of plays you love to see as a coach. I just wasn't sure if there was enough contact there, to be honest. But either way, I'm not the ref. But here we go. Back to the floor.
Lundy surveying, setting the tempo for this offense.
More horns.
Trying to get to the cup.
Can't. That wasn't likely to travel, but it's stolen.
Wingfield.
Wow, there's going to be someone open quickly. There's not. Wow, reverse. Wow, that's Juan. Thought he was going to go with the reverse slam there, but 2 is 2, as they say.
A bucket is a bucket with 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Vikings with a 13-point lead. Mick Adams and Coach Kevin Jones for the Lions is livid with that call.
Wow, you just hate to see fouls on three-pointers. It's kind of like when you're driving to the airport and you realize you left something at home. That's that kind of feeling you
You
get.
love these analogies, don't you, Jordan?
I mean, you sure do. But that's McAdams with the three free throws here. He knocks the first down like me at the carnival.
It's a similar pressure to Kyle Guy versus Auburn.
Some could say. I would say this is a little more important.
Sure would. Nothing beats the DC Classic on a Friday night on I Street.
Some compare this to the first Thursday of March Madness, I would say. Still, this is more important.
3 for 3 for Mr. McAdams.
Still, strong defense, but Wingfield can't make the lead shorter. Powell,
He might have
not
stepped
sure what
out
that
there.
was.
Powell might have stepped out there.
Rao.
Rao on the drive.
Nice finish with the left. Little points like that are going to keep this a ball game.
Lundy on the gas
Cross.
pedal. This is what Coach Moscow wants to see. And drives the foul.
And he takes a seat in the bleachers there. He's still sitting. Looks like a fan.
He does.
He looks like me watching the Commanders games on a Sunday at 1. But he's going to go to the charity stripe. I think they called a foul because Bailey didn't make an effort to make a play. He kind of just ran with his body. But Lundy will shoot too.
Swish.
All nylon on the first. And that'll make it a 49-34 ball game. He'll have a second. 5 fouls already, so the Vikings are in bonus territory, meaning they will shoot free throws for every foul down the stretch. And that's another 50-34 ball game here. Nelson at the right wing. Lundy on him, isolation ball. Goes right, strong defense there.
Wingfield finds his man Bailey at the top of the key. Bailey surveying back to Wingfield. Wingfield with the crossover. Finds his man Nelson. That's going to be a reach on Lundy to end the third quarter.
But I believe they called a foul on the floor before it ended.
They did.
We're going to have to check the refs and Mr. Donnellan, great history teacher who is running the shot clock, and Mr. Howell, veteran icon of this Gonzaga community, on the scorer's table.
Mr. Howell?
Correct.
He's new here, right? He's new to the Gonzaga community?
You make your jokes. No, he actually has been here for touching almost 50 years. 1 second left. Bailey.
Do you believe in miracles? Lundy!
Oh, a little for my college basketball fans. Remember Gordon Hayward. A little of that, almost off the glass.
You know who I thought we were going to have to call on that one, Jordan? I thought we were going to have to call the bank.
Oh, the bank's open on Friday nights or no?
Doesn't look like it is on that shot.
Yeah, I think Wells Fargo is, but I think Bailey has TD, meaning he missed it. But we're back. 40-34 ball game, fourth quarter here. And Jenkins is likely going to get back into the game, making it a bit tougher for this Lions squad.
What do you think the key thing the Lions need to do to close this lead and make a historic comeback here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when you think of closing leads, it goes stop score, stop, score. It's a game of runs, and they need a quick 10-0, 8-0, 6-0, 7-0 run to make something happen. I believe it's called a kill shot when you go on a 10-0 run, and a lot of great statisticians who watch this sport recommend looking at the kill shot statistics to see who has more. They will likely win the game.
Fun fact for the Vikings, alumni Kyle Pitts attended high school at Archbishop Wood. Mr. Kyle Pitts had a 3-touchdown night on Thursday Night Football versus, I believe it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got the win on a last-second field goal. Jordan was asleep for that game. However, my eyes got to see it.
Yeah, this is a basketball game, so I love this Kyle Pitts shout-out, but I was thinking more of Jaleel Bethea, 5-star at this school, playing for the Roll Tide.
Jaleel, yeah. Nelson at the top of the key.
And another foul on the floor. But yeah, you're gonna have to get quick buckets, and I expect the press here, maybe a full court press by the Lions.
And I'm sure Coach Jones hasn't started to think about it, but time is definitely going to be a factor here. 16 points is a pretty hefty deficit. They're going to need to start cooking.
That's a big man finish. Yeah, I think he cooked the chili in that pot there. Nelson and Bailey, 1-on-2.
Lions showing a little half-court press here, maybe a little more.
That was close to a 10-second violation. You have to get the ball across half-court
Warren.
in 10 seconds. Gives it to Lundy. Pick and roll, they switch. Wingfield on him.
Coach Jones happy with his defense. Not too happy as Mr. Mick Adams.
And as the great Gus Johnson said, you got barbecue back there and didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings by Mick Adams. A little late call there. The Lions coaches do not love it. But that'll make it a 52-36 ball game.
A little shout out to Kyan Strong. I don't think we've mentioned his name too much tonight, but he's definitely been a factor for this game. Hustling down the court, getting on the front foot, creating fast breaks. Wingfield in the corner, but it is a foul from Mr. Powell.
A blocking foul, that is. And as this Carmody Center fills up, this energy is just roaring and roaring, and time is ticking and ticking. Juan, 1-0. Can't finish. Strong take, but that won't go.
You need to make that if you're the Lions, especially as these clock ticks. Wow.
Mick Adams back rim, but
from way downtown.
That's a Lundy board. He said, I got that. I didn't want the ball. I wanted him, he says.
Mick Adams. That's also football. Mick Adams.
Can't go.
Rao pushing it. Finds his man, Wingfield in the corner. Wingfield attacking.
Juan from the parking lot where my car is parked. Won't go, and that's a quick, easy bucket.
Like I said, Mr. Strong, have yourself a night, young man.
That's called running the floor. Coach Moscow loves that. 18-point ball game.
And the Vikings bench is electric.
Expect Jaden Jenkins to get in soon. 6 minutes left.
Just sloppy play from the Lions.
Nova,
Coach,
some sort of press.
Coach Kevin Jones is not very happy.
It isn't, but 6 and change left, and they're breaking this press like I cut open
Warren.
my pasta at lunch today.
Splish, splash, money, cash from Mr. Warren and the Vikings there.
Splish, splash, money, cash. Did Shakespeare say that or Socrates?
I believe it was the late, great Socrates.
Nice. Socrates, one of my greatest philosophers, and that's a quick 30-second timeout. It's a 57-38 ball game.
Yeah, and as much as I hate to say it, I think the Vikings are pulling away here, especially with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go. If the Lions are going to try to win this game, they need to start doing something and start doing something quick.
I'm not sure if you watch college basketball, but if you do, remember Northern Iowa versus, I believe, Texas. Quick comeback, and the press is on, and you never know. It's called this classic for a reason. There's been some crazy moments in the history of the league. But yeah.
made that shot for Northern Iowa?
That would be Jesperson.
I believe it went something like, Jesperson half-court heave for the win!
It did go like that. That is great memory there.
Thank you.
But looking into tomorrow, I'm excited for the Gonzaga-Georgetown Prep, the Jesuit Classic. Should be a rocking atmosphere. Stay tuned, and you can find that right here on gonzaga.org/watchlive. Shout out Coach Singh.
Bodies are on the floor.
It looks like a trench warfare down there with all the men there, and it's called Grit, G-R-I-T. Search it up. Great.
I will take that to my encyclopedia. But staying on the college basketball aspect of things, Justin Moore currently playing for the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Rest in peace to the legend, Sister Jean, a college basketball legend.
Icon sure is. Warren top key. Pick and roll, a little blob screen. McAdams can't find anything.
Powell
goes
getting to the cup, kicks it to his man, Lundy.
And they say it's not over till the fat lady sings, but we might have, oh, never mind. But we might have a quick one here, 60-38. But stay tuned, obviously, as we have another great matchup led by the Shamadad against Whitney Young. I believe we have a couple great commentators on that game, so don't leave us here.
Wingfield, money from the stripe.
And here comes Jenkins, 4 fouls, but I'm sure he can play without fouling. And as we look to see our MVP, I think, who would your pick go to?
Man, I gotta give it to my man, Caleb Lundy.
Yeah, I would agree. He's been finding his groove all night.
He's been everywhere. A close second would have to be Dylan Powell.
Wow.
Those two.
Nice
wow.
there.
Hello. As Nelson gets to the cup to make it a 42-60 game. Buckle up, folks. We might be in for something special.
Please put your seatbelts on. Wow, that was...
And Coach Jones is fired up.
As I just said, please put your seatbelts on. It's getting rocky here as a comeback is brewing like my coffee in the morning.
Is it March, Jordan?
It sure feels like it. It's only December.
Wow.
What happens in March, though?
I think there's a famous badminton tournament that might be on the whole month.
Agree. Badminton madness, but we'll go the other way as it's rejected. Powell facilitating. 4 minutes left here, 18-point lead. Jenkins gives it.
Powell from Fort Hall.
And that is
string music.
That is what they call string music, not just string music.
Nelson.
Again, Nelson up top, rebound hauled in. And there goes Lundy, coast to coast. Kicks it out, 3-ball again, Donahue,
tray ball.
That's like my McDonald's fries that I'm gonna get after tonight. Always reliable.
You and these analogies.
I'm not lying though. Shout out you McDonald's fans. Lundy again.
Jenkins!
Oh my
Mister, we just saw a man fly.
If you don't like that, you don't like high school basketball. That's unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, co-pilots.
But Bailey again on what is going on?
I have to stay on that.
What?
We just saw a man fly in Mr. Jenkins. Co-pilots, take your seats. Mr. Jenkins rattles the rim.
I'm shocked that glass didn't shatter after that one. That reminds me of me in the mini hoop in my basement.
Sure
Or on the
does.
trampoline in my backyard at Sky Zone. Unbelievable.
My word, take a bow, Mr. Jenkins.
I hope somebody got that on video. Mama, there goes that man, as Mark Jackson says.
Donahue.
Shout out Thomas Donahue. Gonzaga
Who is
student.
that?
Beats me. Again! Oh, and he misses left. Jenkins, clean. We're going the other way.
Bailey trying to get to the cup, finds his man.
Corner guy. Nelson on James. Nelson. And that's
You
all
just-
nitrogen there.
Donahue cannot miss that. I believe, no, not
still
Donahue.
going
That's Strisnick
That
checking into
poster
the game.
a couple moments ago.
My
I think
word.
the fans are still leaving that one.
Please take your seat, Jordan.
Sorry, the atmosphere is too high here in the class.
I know Mr. Jenkins just took flight, but you're not allowed to.
I mean, he looked like a flight. Wingfield tipped and blocked. Jenkins snags it like a one-handed Odell catch. He changed recess.
The Vikings are just
Donahue on the
slowly
way.
pulling away. Donahue. Hello, young man.
I think English is his first language. Would you agree?
I would agree.
That man's got some English on those fingers. With the reverse. 25-point ball game here.
As the
And that's a
Vikings
moving screen.
start pulling away, and Coach Kevin Jones cannot be happy with his team right now.
It's a long tournament, though. They can turn it around. They're a local team. They'll be sleeping in their own beds tonight, and that's a major difference.
They sure will. They will. Sorry to interrupt, Jordan, but do you think the Vikings have a hotel room here, or are they going to be making their way back to Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I do not think they'll be making their way back to PA. I believe the DC Classic hooks them up with hotels because this tournament is just so great.
Wow. Powell to Mr. Strong. Mr. Strong attacking the cup, finds his man Powell. Off the mark.
And that's top glass, and that will go the other way. But that James slam was kind of like my Frosty at Wendy's. Shum!
That was beautiful, Jordan.
Cornegay looks opposite.
Hornegay to Bailey. Bailey from way downtown. Off the mark.
Off iron, but great play. That's going to stay home.
Quick shout out to the icon, Mr. Marangolo, a legend in the commentating business. Runs First Amendment Sports, a team that produces fantastic work. I think that they got to see a pretty cool Hail Mary. I forget what player threw it, but I believe he played for Gonzaga and currently plays for the Bears. Blanking on the name.
Caleb Killiams.
That is it, Laleb.
Yeah.
But Mr. Marangolo, Ken, as I like to call him, fantastic man.
Sure is. Nelson, shot fake, goes right, and
Just
going to stay home. Coach Moscow and I would likely disagree, but 136, it's about pride at this point.
Nelson.
Pulls up, won't go. Rebound again, Wingfield. Swing pass, Bailey, shot fake, drives in, kicks it out. Wingfield again, off the mark.
Great board by Warren there. Malachi Warren. Malachi finds his man, number 5. That's going to be, not sure who that is. I don't think that's on our roster. Let's try to find a name for you folks. It might be Finn McGuire.
It could be, yes. Warren inside. Fader like the Dirk Nowitzki. Won't go. Rebound Nelson. Nelson goes the other way. Nelson, no.
Nelson at half court, 50, 45, 40. Passes it to his man at the 20, 25 to Bailey.
Bailey, in and out dribble. In the paint. Leaner, short. Warren, other way. Warren, coast to coast. Warren, no.
Denied.
Bailey, other way. Wingfield, one-on-one. And he'll lay it like the jelly beans I bought at Safeway the other night.
That lane. Nothing better than making an open layup as the Vikings are slowly but surely pulling away. With 13 seconds to go in this fourth quarter, the Vikings are just going to hold the ball at the top of the key as Wingfield is relentless, not letting up.
And as the clock ticks and the fat lady sings, we're done. Final score, 70-47. Our player of the game will be Mr. Caleb Lundy. We'll get an interview from him. Stay tuned. What are you going to ask Caleb Lundy? Because I'm sure you have a lot of questions in the bag.
I think I'm going to say, what were the key factors to getting tonight's win? Yeah, keep it short and sweet, and maybe you ask a question.
Here we are with Caleb Lundy.
Caleb.
Great game. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Congrats, Caleb. A couple questions for you. What were some key factors for tonight's win?
Well, tonight I had a matchup between me and number 1, and me and my coaches just wanted me, to lock them up, play good D, and that's what I did. I played really good defense, and that turned to everything else. Everything else came with that.
It's a long tournament. What do you guys expect to bring tomorrow against whoever you play? Obviously, you had a great game today, but what do you think to look in your team tomorrow? What expectations do you set?
Well, this season we really struggled coming out hard, and coming out like with energy and stuff. And now we put a lot of focus in the defense and rebounding. So I think tomorrow we're gonna come out, keep focusing on the same thing. Everything else gonna come, and we're gonna win again. We're gonna keep winning.
And last question, I'm sure you saw it. Mr. Jenkins took flight there. What are your thoughts on that?
I see my big man cut, and I'm throwing it to him. And he's gonna throw it down. He 7 foot? Come on,
yeah, he's
throwing
like
that down every time.
6'8", 6'7", something like that. But
Yeah.
thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the tournament.
Sir,
Thank you so much, Caleb.
Appreciate y'all.
And that is Caleb Lundy, folks. Your MVP of that game, and he'll get a picture. But thank
Sure
you
is.
guys for tuning in. A great matchup between Archbishop Wood and St. Andrew's Episcopal
Lions. A pretty dominant win from the Vikings tonight. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. And stay tuned for the fourth and final matchup of the DC Classics first round. More action.